Karen built 88 houses on my land while I was away, assuming nobody noticed. I returned home to roads, foundations, rooftops, and sales signs planted across my property. Neighbors whispered apologies, saying the HOA claimed emergency authority and forged approvals.
I stayed quiet, ordered surveys, pulled deeds, and photographed every encroaching structure carefully.
Title reports confirmed ownership clearly. Boundaries violated spectacularly without easements or permissions.
I hired counsel, filed injunctions, and requested immediate construction halts across the site.
Court hearings followed quickly, packed with buyers, lenders, inspectors, and reporters watching closely.
I testified, calmly explaining timelines, surveys, deeds, and repeated, ignored warnings previously delivered. I remained seated, letting the record speak louder than reactions.
Contractors testified they were misled by forged documents and false authority claims. The HOA board resigned en masse, distancing themselves from her decisions. Media coverage turned brutal, headlines emphasizing audacity and accountability. Buyers formed a class, suing Karen directly for losses incurred. The judge consolidated cases, accelerating resolution and reducing procedural delays significantly. Karen's assets were frozen, pending judgments to secure restitution funds.
I walked the land, imagining restoration after concrete and chaos disappeared.
Court-appointed monitors oversaw compliance, ensuring no games delayed justice further. Title was quieted permanently, my ownership affirmed beyond dispute. Karen attempted appeals, but higher courts declined swiftly. Restitution checks began arriving, buyers compensated from seized assets. The land cleared gradually, scars healing under careful remediation plans. Karen's social presence vanished, replaced by silence and court notices. The HOA reformed rules, training leaders on actual legal limits. Inspectors cited the case in seminars nationwide as cautionary precedent. Neighbors apologized sincerely. Grateful order returned without further chaos.
I planted grass, then trees, reclaiming space taken arrogantly.
Karen sold her home, reputation ruined, influence permanently extinguished. Final judgments closed the case, records thick with undeniable evidence.
I stood in court one last time, thanked the judge, left quietly. Outside, cameras flashed, but I declined statements, letting outcomes speak.
The land felt lighter, open again, finally breathing freely. The system worked methodically, without shortcuts, threats, or spectacle. Karen's meltdown became a footnote, not the ending. Property rights proved stronger than entitlement when enforced properly. Silence replaced bulldozers, birds returning cautiously to reclaimed fields.
I archived documents, prepared forever should memory fade elsewhere.
The court's orders held firm, deadlines met without deviation. Contractors finished removals, leaving soil graded and seeded. Rain fell gently, nothing flooding, nothing collapsing, just renewal. Neighbors waved again, community trust rebuilding slowly. Karen faced additional charges later, unrelated but unsurprising.
I focused forward, not backward, satisfied justice concluded cleanly.
The land remained mine, uncontested, recorded clearly forever. Lawyers closed files, invoices paid by those responsible. The HOA learned humility through expensive public consequences. Authority returned to lawful channels where it belonged. Development paused everywhere, Permits scrutinized harder than before. The story spread online, cautionary without exaggeration.
I slept well, knowing patience outlasts arrogance every time.
Fields stayed empty, ready for choices made responsibly. Surveys stayed pinned, reminders of lines never crossed again. Cameras powered down, peace restored without constant vigilance. The court remained boring, effective, and decisive. Karen's rage faded, powerless against final judgments. Buyers healed, compensated, moving on gradually. The land healed too, season by season.
Lessons stuck hardest where money spoke loudest. I smiled occasionally, remembering restraint won everything. No shortcuts beat law when evidence is airtight.
Neighbors trusted boundaries again. Builders respected ownership again. Paperwork mattered again. Courts mattered again. Silence felt earned. Justice felt complete. Entitlement felt checked. Process felt proven. Calm felt permanent. Ownership felt absolute. Karen felt consequences. Buyers felt relief. Land felt free. Community felt safer. Law felt sufficient. Memory felt sharp. Boundaries felt real. Accountability felt final. The case ended decisively. And the land stayed mine forever.